think especially in this day and age, with all the people having problems getting jobs, and where I used to work a few years ago for almost 21 years in St. Giorgio, we had a lot of people that were related, man, wife, father, child, mother, whatever. And I think the board should take a look at that. And I don't know if it was brought into play because there was a problem in the past, or if for some reason somebody just had the idea to do it. But I wish the board would, strongly reconsider.
The city, North Lebanon Township, North Cornwall, Palmyra Borough, and the county that formalizes the discussions from last week, and an agreement which is required by the Bureau of Justice Assistance. Division of funds would be the county receiving $41,590, the city receiving $61,933, North Lebanon $19,238, North Cornwall $15,035, and Palmyra $10,082.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, so ordered.
That, quite frankly, we might not be able to find now without it. So, I think what we propose is very reasonable use of the funds. It's a good use of the funds, and I'm hoping that you'll consider that.
Effective, I think we just have to be very cautious this year with what direction we're going as far as our expenditures go. Comment?
We do owe $700,000 on the tax revenue anticipation note yet, and until that's paid off, I really think we need to focus on meeting our financial obligations at this time, and central booking is one that we go in a hole in, as you know, at least $150,000 this year. So until we can get our heads above water, there's other considerations as well with the budget that just don't make it feasible at this time to use the money for things that would be wonderful to have, but we just have to pay the bills first that we do have.
Our goal was to purchase a Ruvis imager kit, and what that is new technology that allows, through UV lighting, it allows law enforcement to visually inspect a crime scene for latent fingerprints. The fingerprints luminesce without having to physically develop them through using powders or glues. And then once you isolate a latent print that you care to use for a crime scene, it's a matter of digitally photographing the print one-to-one without having to use the older technology to process crime scenes, such as dusting and gluing. That image can then be uploaded into our APHIS system to scan the database for a possible suspect. What it would do would expedite the processing of crime scenes, and it would isolate evidence more so than right now. You're in essence powdering everything and hoping to find something. So we had asked the commissioners to apply $20,000 towards the Lebanon County Central booking, and the $21,000 would go to the purchase of this equipment with the training of the police officers to be certified in its use.
What would that?
Part 1 UCR crimes.
What's that?
It was based upon Part 1 UCR crime.
You get that?
The municipalities who haven't been allocated any money are curious. I'm curious. I think it would be good. It's a good measurable result, a measurable outcome that people can understand, something that I think is needed to put closure to this whole issue.
Well, they get
Based upon their federal, each agency is required to file UCR, Uniform Crime Reports, with the Pennsylvania State Police, who in turn files before the FBI. They, whatever justification used, Part 1s are murder, rape, robbery, the forcible felonies. Those are how they allocated what agencies are going to get what. What was the high point, what was the low point? I don't know what the feds used as a cut.
Having our forensic unit go help them with solving crimes, having our accident reconstruction team come out and help them, the drug task force, the DUI checkpoints, the legal advice we provide to their police officers, the central court. Our portion of the funds is based upon probably everything I just mentioned except for central booking. Booking somehow became a main topic here, and
Well,
I'm not sure.
I'd be interested in finding out the correlation between these crime statistics and the population of the municipality. In other words, does it follow suit? Because the city has the highest population, do they have the highest crime, et cetera, down the line? And if that's the case, well, then it's a no-brainer, and in the future, it's, you don't want to assume, but there's that correlation that can be used as a point of reference to say to new municipalities who might qualify, well, yes, you do have a portion in this. This is approximately your percentage of use, if that's the question that's asked.
To be quite honest, I don't know if the state police has this technology or not. I can't answer that.
They do. I
It's hard
have,
to believe that the state police doesn't have. it.
They have many tools, they might, I don't know if they do.
And you can call on them, can't you?
we can call on them. If they have, I've never seen them use it or talked about it. No.
You didn't know how this all got around central booking. I never heard any discussion about the equipment you're talking about.
I didn't either.
From the
Until
initial,
after-
from, no other jurisdiction sat at the table when we talked about what the money was being allocated for. Other than the county of Lebanon, the issue was focused upon booking. Never were we asked what we cared to use the money for.
Well, you weren't asked anyhow, you submitted it this time. No one asked you to submit anything, you just submitted it.
We submitted this to your attention.
Well, that's right.
I mean, never at the
After
table.
fact.
Pardon?
After the fact.
Well, it was prior to the fact, because now
We didn't
now we're
send a
finalizing
proposal out
this.
asking you people to submit stuff, because we knew all along where we thought the money was going. At some point, central booking's gotta pay its own way. We were promised by the DA at that time
Not you.
that it would pay its own way. It's been nothing but a leech on all our funds. If anything, we should have considered about doing away with central booking. And I know that it would hurt all the municipalities and all that stuff, but I don't know that we can continue to do stuff like this for municipalities. I mean, the budget is supposed to be a guideline for us. I mean, if we want, I'm sure if we sent out a proposal for people to submit things that they'd like to buy, we'd get all kinds of stuff.
Drug forfeiture money coming in yet that you can have some discretion with?
We have drug forfeiture money that comes in, and again, that's another source that we already are using to acquire things to get by. So, I mean, I just came here to give my point of view on this. And
I
like I
appreciate
said,
that. We'll certainly want to give you an opportunity.
Well, just one comment. How often do you think that forensic unit gets out? On a daily basis, a couple times a week, just a bulk?
The forensic unit works in conjunction with the accident reconstruction team, who has been used twice this week as a result of fatality accidents we have had. So, several times a month. I mean, it's contingent upon what happens.